My name is Nix Marakuma, and I am the owner of Marakuma Healing. Today we are continuing our general reading with Taurus. Alright, so I pulled out one card already. Taurus, you guys are dealing in your present, strong belief, defense, and conviction. So it has to be something that ties into your character. Strong belief is not always religious. It can be, but majority of times it's just your character and your morals. So understanding that some people are not going to agree with what you believe in, that's fine. We live in a very multi-dimensional, mutable world and universe, so it's not going to be surprised that not everybody gets along. That being said, just because people don't agree with it doesn't mean that what you believe in is wrong, okay? All right, so that being said, we are pulling out what is your present situation. Powerlessness. So vulnerability. Okay. It's gotten interesting. What's the past that ties into it? What is the past that ties into your present situation, Taurus? Okay, got two cards falling out. Okay, well, this one is the one that I did see first. Okay. So you're having powerlessness because of endurance, diligence, and strength. Okay. So time, energy, and effort is what's making you feel this way. Or I feel like if that's the case, you put a lot of time, energy, and effort into something. It may have not worked out the way that you wanted. Or you're pushing past something that you need to sit down and feel. Okay. Future is planning and preparing. Getting organized. Mentally, you guys are with family, contentment, and joy. So peace of mind, happiness, and people that you consider family. What are you emotionally? What are you guys emotionally? Your emotional strengths. Every once in a while, more often than not, I flip the cards right side up when I'm shuffling, so I do have to try to check them and make sure none of them show in their faces. All right, what is Taurus's emotional strength? Like universe? Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. Because it's the Four of Hearts and the Seven. So, hold on. Emotionally, victory and achievements. Overpowering or overcoming with something, man. Okay. Hi. I can never see who's on the lives, but I guess I'll figure that out later, huh? Okay. So what are you guys doing energy-wise? What energy are you radiating in Taurus? Teamwork. Okay. Teamwork does make the dream work, man. What energy are you guys getting back? All right. Maybe you should shuffle it the other way then. Okay. cards again. All right. Energy are you guys receiving, man? Okay. We got one. This is cute. You guys are getting back independence and self-reliance. So you're giving out teamwork, but you're receiving independence. Okay, I think you guys are going to learn how to balance between working with people and doing things on your own. All right. What is Taurus's greatest hope? What are y'all's greatest hopes, guys? What's your wishes and dreams? It's going to take some time. Your greatest hope is discord, dishonor, and hollow victories. So most likely not having to deal with all that. Because I just don't see you guys being like, I wish upon a, like a wish upon a North Star or something like that. And be like, I want absolute sheer chaos. That's what I really want. All right. And power to you if that's what you really are hoping for. Your fear is apathy and turning inward. So being hollow and empty on the inside and shutting things down. I can start seeing how that vulnerability be playing out, man. What your advice is for this reading is failure to communicate. So possibly learning how to communicate instead of shutting things out. Like, here's the thing. Not everybody, I'll say it, not everybody deserves to know your game plan, all right? I know I sound a little weird when I say that, but what I mean is that not everybody is rooting for you, okay? Not everybody's rooting for you. So if they know what you're planning, they can try to go against you. It's always like, I think it's always good to have a little ace up your sleeve, just have like a little backup plan or have extra things that you're working on. And that way, if somebody does try to have something, you have one, a counter plan, and two, you already got something that's going to work. Like, yeah, this didn't work, but I got plan B through Z and 1 through infinity. So infinite possibilities is what I'm holding onto. These are the cards that I have. I'm not going to be taken down by one stuff. So, all right. Without further ado, let's get your reading started, shall we? All right. So like stated before, sorry. Okay. You guys are dealing with right now strong belief, defense, and conviction. Your situation for your present is powerlessness. So I consider this more of like vulnerability, being open, being honest, being raw. This is all because of endurance, diligence, and strength. So time, energy, and effort is why you're being vulnerable right now. Or you may be dealing with, should I be open? Should I not be open? How can I be, like, who do I go to? And probably not so much in that. I'll just look at it really quick. Because maybe I'm reading it wrong, but if you're dealing with your core strengths and you have to deal with vulnerability, maybe you're trying to see how you can put your core strengths into things. You don't want to deal with people that make you feel, empty and hollow. You don't want to deal with shady, suspicious people that don't make any sense. You want to be able to open up and speak, be around people that are your family, people bring you peace of mind, people that make you happy. Emotionally, you do want victory and achievements. You do want it to reach your goals and have things fall in place. The outcome is hard work and reliability. I just think it's just more of you reaching what you want. Yeah, finance is great and all, but I think it's more than financial stability. I think it's also kind of just like people around you. Who do you want in your party and who does not? Okay. I've been doing month readings, and the month readings are a lot shorter than these generals, man. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Because again, Taurus, strong belief, defense, and conviction. Not everybody gonna believe what you believe. All right? Not everyone is going to believe what you believe, and that's okay. I believe that as long as you're not hurting people, animals, and children, you're cool. Okay? Be who you want to be. Believe in what you want to believe in. Okay? Do what you want. Just be cool. Like, don't go over there and be a bigot, because we have enough hate on the world as it is. Not everybody going to agree with that. Not everybody's going to be like, oh, this lady's right. No, some people are going to hate what I believe in. That's fine. That's your opinion. I don't have to follow what you think. Now, that being said, if you're dealing with powerlessness and vulnerability, right? And this is all because of your time, energy, and effort with endurance, diligence, and strength. You're being persistent. You're being continual. It is going to rain, y'all. Hold on. Let me close my window. The good thing is, at least my plants get watered. All right. Sorry, it's going to be dark because the lighting sucks. Anywho, with your endurance, diligence, and strength, you're trying to figure out how to put your time in something more manageable. Okay? I'm guessing that. Sorry. I don't know that helps, but it may. Okay, anyways. Right now we're back on it. How you put your time, energy, and effort into things that are beneficial for you. I'm not going to say that your reading is alone on financial. I think it's just like who's supposed to be in your circle, who isn't supposed to be in your circle. Because you've had to deal with some people that made you feel left out, or you may have done everything for them and they didn't do anything in return. And you don't want to become a person that's cold-hearted and that just doesn't give a shit. But at the same time, right? People can be fugazi. Not everybody is a villain, but we live in a really fake world. And sometimes, in order to survive a fake world, we shut down our emotions, we hollow it all out, and we keep on going. I've done it. I'm guilty of it, and I try not to be that person because I feel like if I lose my empathy, then I lose my connection with other people. Like, I can't connect with you. I can't be sympathetic and empathetic and be able to understand what it's like to be in your shoes because I blocked all my emotions out because I can't be hurt anymore. It's a defense mechanism. So, that being said, that's what I think, that's what your first part is about. And it also ties into the rest of it. So, anyways, for future, right? Planning and preparing. You're going to be planning and preparing for things that you can get, okay? Because let's see, mentally, yeah? Family, contentment, and joy. So, people you consider family, things that make you happy and joyful, and give you peace of mind, which is contentment. I feel like when you're content, you're at peace, you're just calm. And emotionally, victory and achievement. So, with these two being paired, you want things that work out, you want to be able to reach and achieve your goals. I'm sorry. And at the same time, you want to be able to be around loved ones. It's great that if you're achieving and you're having all your victories, but you also want people to celebrate you, or at least people that are meant your time. Now, that being said, the energy you're radiating, okay, is teamwork. You're giving out like, okay, let's do this together. Let's put our minds together. Let's try to figure this out, because yeah, you could do it by yourself, but it's easier to have a group of people with the same goal in mind to get things done. At the same time, you're getting back independence and self-reliance. So you're being able, like, here's the thing. Every independent person needs a team, okay? I like to think that I'm an independent person, but I also need help. You don't have to be on your own doing things by yourself and struggling. If there are people that are able to help you, really help you, not just go over there and say that they can do it and then leave you hanging. Okay, I'm talking about like the A team, not the F team. The A team is okay. All right, let's go. The F team is flip this, forget that. I can't do it. It's too hard. They didn't even try. We all know those people. Give people that thoughts. Believe in yourself that you can do it, okay? Have confidence in your actions and your stuff. Like, hey, this is what I want. I'm not entirely sure if I can do it. Yes, you can. If you want to achieve something and it's beneficial for you, okay? I'm not talking about being a mastermind and all that, okay? I'm just saying be productive. Use your mind for good, man. We got enough crazy shit going on in this world. We don't need any more, Taurus. All right? Earth sign to earth sign, don't do it. You have the capability of being really cool or extreme villain. We don't want the villain version. Now, that being said, silliness aside, have confidence in what you want. Okay, if you want to have a new opportunity, go for it. Just make sure that it works for you. Okay, if you're trying to save up for a vacation or you want to try something new, plan it out. Okay, look into it. Know what you're getting into before you go over there and jump into that bandwagon. Because if you don't know what you're getting into, you're going to mess yourself up. Okay, just friendly advice. Now, that being said, understand that your energy is very important, okay? Because I normally talk about the energy every time we get into this area of it. A lot of y'all have heard a lot of people from the spiritual community and other communities being like, whatever your frequency is, you're going to achieve it. So if you're giving out negative energy, you're going to get negative energy back. You have to be positive. You have to have Zen. Yes, that's very important. But you cannot be toxic positive, okay? Toxic positivity is being happy all day long, no matter what happens. You don't express your emotion. That is not real positivity, okay? Because I was going to be happy all the time. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm going to be honest. I would feel like somebody that's happy all the time is a psychopath. Because y'all, like at that point, you have nothing to lose, man. Like you broke your arm, your father and mother have passed away, and you're just happy. You are forcing yourself to have a positive emotion when reality is you need to let yourself express all the emotions. We're human beings, we have complex feelings. If you're not feeling you're up and down and all around, you're going to snap. You're going to snap. You're going to snap on somebody who's going to push you too far and you're going to lose your shit. Then you're going to kill yourself because holding in all those emotions and suppressing it all isn't healthy, okay? Your mind and your body and your heart and your soul are all connected. Think of it like, I don't know if you guys like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but if you do, think of it like that, okay? Everything connects. The greatest lie in this world and in this universe that we live in is that everything is separate. It all connects, okay? If your mind isn't good, it affects how you feel. When your mind and heart don't get along, it attacks the body because your body's taking in all the stress and storing it in your back, your shoulders, in your heart, in your lungs, in your kidneys. And as it's taking in all that negativity, it is making you physically, emotionally, and mentally sick. And how that affects the spirit is because your spirit doesn't know what's going on, okay? You're not connecting to yourself like you should be because you're holding in and doing a lot of unhealthy things that is affecting you. There are people in the world that will do that, okay? No, you don't have to be happy all the time. Darling angel pie, you don't. But if you're sad, be sad. If you're angry, be angry. Okay? Express it in a healthy way. Go outside. Scream if you got to. Okay? If you live in the country, even better. You can crash out in the country because it's only you and nature and livestock. I've lived in the country. All right? I've done it many times and it felt great. But if you're in the city or like in a small town, go to the gym, go for a walk, okay? Write it down and then burn how you feel with flames and put it in like a little, ashtray or whatever. But be able to express yourself in a healthy way where you're not killing that part of you. Because if you go out there holding in all your emotions, the universe and the higher power may be is going to push you into feeling them. Just like negative people. Negative people are always angry. They never see the beauty in the small things. This is a smudge, okay? I like to light them up and have the smoke around. There are really beautiful, fancy smudges, but I've only been making my own because I don't have money to go over there and buy it. You know what I mean? So then instead of getting all these fancy things, I make my own. A negative person would be like, this isn't good enough. You should be having tarot cards, not reading from playing cards. You know, nothing is ever, no matter how good they have it, they will never be happy with what they have. Okay, so they keep getting negative things because that's what the universe and the higher power think they need. My point is, be careful, okay? Feel what you need to feel and let your energy be something that you can direct and control into getting what you want, okay? So if you want good stuff, look at the brighter side. Life is full of lessons and blessings. People are going to teach you something so that way you can learn how, like, here's the thing. When you're dealing with difficult people, okay, I promise we're going to continue this, but it's important for y'all to hear. When you're dealing with difficult people, all right, you're dealing with the assholes of the world. Yes, it's an inconvenience. Yes, it is extremely annoying. But, okay, now you know how to handle them assholes when they come back again. Because we always get pop quizzes, okay? The universe and the higher powers and whoever you may believe in. If you don't believe in anything at all, that's fine. Okay, this is judgment-free zone. But in this world, we always have to deal with lessons. People come in to teach us things, what we want for ourselves, how to handle this situation, what to do when this opportunity comes in, and others come in as blessings to help you, to guide you, to show you. When you think of it like that, you can overcome a lot of things, okay? All right, now let's get into your greatest hopes, fears, advice, and outcome. So your greatest hope is discord, dishonor, and hollow victory. Your greatest fear is empathy and turning inward. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I do not think a majority of you Taurus want to go over there and have world pandemonium and chaos. That would be super fun, but I don't think we're ready for that, you know? Okay, so when it comes to greatest hopes being that, I think what you really want is just not to have to deal with people that are disrespectful, that bring a lot of chaos, confusion, and just toxicity, yeah, in your life. You want to deal with people that make sense. If it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't add up, if they seem like they're very suspicious and just fake, we're not dealing with them. We're not going to put up with these kinds of people because I know that like last year when I had to do y'all's reading in the beginning of this year, y'all were dealing with a lot of like letting go, being able to move forward, go after your opportunities that are opening up, and kind of healing yourself emotionally, and also like figuring what you want for you, not what you want for other people, but what you want. Okay. That being said, empathy. Empathy is when you block out a lot of emotions, okay? So yeah, empathy is when you shut down, and it is it's a defense mechanism, okay? It's a defense mechanism because when our bodies are overwhelmed, our mind is tired, and our emotions are drained. Instead of having to be more overwhelmed, our body, our mind, and our heart shuts down, okay? So, that being said, we are on autopilot, okay? Your body is now on autopilot. You are in the passenger seat. You are not running the show. It gives you time to think and figure out how to go about it. The bad thing about empathy is that it is a sign of emotional and mental disability. Sorry, I have hiccups. But yeah, so if that's your greatest fear, I think you're afraid to not feel. You're afraid to shut down and lose a part of you that can connect with other people, as well as, most importantly, connect with yourself. When it comes to that, if you're feeling, like, here's the thing. I am not the most emotionally in touch person, okay? thanks to this business, I have learned to be more expressive with myself because I'm trying to be those people that if I tell you guys something, I want y'all to know that I'm also working on it as like myself too. Okay. I don't want to be one of them like hypocritical people that are like, do as I say, but not as I do. Okay. That being said, I have struggled with empathy for years. Okay. Like a decade, maybe 15 or 16 years. I've struggled with this. And I've just gotten over how to handle it a lot better as I've been getting in, up in age. Anyways, that being said, you don't have to lose yourself to deal with life, okay? You just have to be able to express yourself to other people. Go to people that you trust, go to a counselor, okay? I mean, I do counseling. Whatever we say is between you and the higher powers maybe. Again, you don't have to come to me directly. If you guys are wanting something that's more like in free, that doesn't really cost you anything, there is an app called 7 Cups of Tea. All right. So that's the number 7, CUPTEA, 7 Cup of Tea. I'm sorry. You have to spell it out in lowercase. Okay. But 7 Cups of Tea is a counseling app that connects you to real people that you message and talk to them through the phone. Okay. The only catch is with this is that the Wi-Fi connections in the app is really funky. You do get people to talk to and you get things off your chest. There are volunteers and other counselors on the app. They also have like little things that can lift you, like, okay, well, today you reached this goal. They have counseling groups and single counseling. Like you can do one-on-one or you can be in a group of people that are in the same situation or like similar situations and have that kind of support going on with you. There's also tips and tricks, meditation, and things of that nature. So if you don't have the means to pay for a counselor and you may not be able to have like, I know in the States, they had like nonprofit organizations that had counseling and other resources free for people in need. I'm not sure if they still have that. It's been a while since I've been in the States, to be honest with you guys, because I've been in Africa visiting my family. So I'm not sure if they still have that. I know last time I was there, they did. So you guys can have that as well. My point about counseling, going to a therapist and a psychiatrist is that you can go to somebody that can help you get into a better place. Okay, sometimes talking to a stranger, somebody that doesn't know you, is a lot more easier than going to people that do, because when you go to people that you do know, there's always a fear that they'll judge you because this is not, you don't think that your actions are normal or that it's suitable or whatever. So that being said, be able to express yourself in a healthy way. Like I told you guys about your energies, make sure that you're feeling yourself. Okay. And I'm not saying touch and love. I mean, like, really allowing yourself to express what you're feeling. It's not easy. It is incredibly uncomfortable, but it is important and a necessity for you to do. All right. Now, your advice: failure to communicate, your outcome, hard work, and reliability. For this to work, you got to be able to talk. That doesn't mean that you get to talk to every single person that comes your way. Know who to talk to, know who not to talk to. Like I said before, not everybody is rooting for you, bro. There's some fake ass people out here being like, oh my gosh, Taurus, good job for you. You did it? OMG. Or my God, man, look at you taking the world on. I'm so happy for you. And they're not happy, they're jealous. They're green as can be, all right? They got the little envy monster on their shoulders. But you can't just go over there. Like, here's the thing. Know who to talk to. Know who is your person. If they're not your person, You don't have to talk to them. You don't owe anybody any explanation. Okay. And I'm learning this. Last year was teaching me this, and this year is kind of like enforcing it because I'm really bad at oversharing. I am. And it's kind of weird because I'm a very like private person. So I'm kind of like in the between open and just kind of being like, yeah, you know, because I say things that I'm okay with being used against me in the court of people. Because people will use things that you say to them to hurt you in the end. And I know that I sound really silly, right? Kind of like don't trust the people around you, but like it's just that some people really aren't rooting. They will be so fake. And then they're telling other people or praying for your downfall, and you wonder why things don't work. There's some people in y'all's lives, man, that are dams that are blocking you from your blessings. So, yes, know who to talk to, but that doesn't mean that you can't talk to anybody and you have to keep things inside. Be confident in yourself that you know what's working for you and you know what's reliable for you, okay? Because with hard work and reliability being your outcome, you got to not only be hardworking and reliable to yourself, you got to make sure that you got other people that are hardworking and reliable for you, okay? Because you're being able to be that person that people can rely on, people can count on to others, all right? But you got to make sure that just as much energy as you're putting out for other people, they got to put that energy back for you. If I'm giving you 100%, you give me 100% in return. You know what I mean? You can't just go over there and be there for everybody and not fill your own cup. Okay? All in all, I'm just going to summarize y'all's reading, and then I will go on to Gemini. That's right, we go fire, earth, air, water. All right. I'm trying to get these general readings out of the way so that way if y'all are following me on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, y'all can have your general readings kind of on time. You know what I mean? And for majority of you guys, there'll be like two types. There'll be the one that I did on TikTok, putting it on Instagram, which will come in much later because we're going to have like two. So this is the first one. And the one that I'm doing for TikTok will be the second, because every other week I'm doing general readings. Every month I'm doing April or monthly readings. And when I'm not doing generals, I'm doing advice and right path readings. So every week has some type of reading with my cards, just to, because that's what everybody else is doing. And I'm trying to be more, how do you say, I'm trying to be more active when it comes to it, because that's the majority of what my business does is card readings, right? Advice and counseling. And I also do palm readings. So I'm trying to make sure that everybody has something to look onto if y'all haven't bought your reading yourself. All right. Anywho, let's get this party started. Summary. Yeah. Tie into, like, here's the thing. All in all, go for your moral. Go for your character and your morals, Taurus, okay? This week or today or whatever, make sure that whatever you're going to do, you have confidence in yourself, you know what you're doing, you can work with other people to get the job done faster. If it doesn't work that way, you know how to do it, okay? Believe in yourself. At the same time, allow yourself to be open and honest with things that may be hurting you. Don't just go over there and avoid it, run away from it. Address it head on, okay? Be able to communicate with people, but know who to talk to and know who not to talk to. Don't talk to people who are a waste of time, going over there and just being an absolute pain in the butt, okay? At the same time, planning, preparing for what you like to achieve will go great. Stick with your loved ones, have people to support you. Make sure that you're working hard and being reliable not only to yourself, but to others, and that others are being reliable and hardworking to you. That being said, that is all y'all's reading. Thank you so much for the love and support. Please hit that subscribe button, okay? It helps me and my business grow, and it helps y'all get, like, you know, monthly. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. If y'all follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because those are also the other ones that I'm active on. Nyx R28, so NYX R28 is my TikTok, my Instagram name, right? And for TikTok, it's all lowercase, NYX underscore R underscore Marikuma. The same way not the building, the business name is spelled, right? It's the same way that it's spelled there, but all lowercase. I'll put it down on the thing so y'all can follow me there. YouTube gets a bunch of special videos that I don't really do on my Instagram or TikTok. And TikTok also gets, different types of readings and things. So if this reading doesn't resonate with you, there's other readings. Like we have like Spanish readings that I'm working on right now and getting a bunch of videos on hand. Okay. I haven't forgot about it. I'm just trying to get all of them down so that way when I do have them ready, I can put them out and it'll be like a constant thing. That being said, there are 3 types of April readings that are out now. Okay. Ones that I've posted on YouTube here, the ones that I put on Instagram, and the Spanish ones that are being on their way soon. I'm like halfway done with the April readings for them. And I'm working on the other half today and tonight. All right. Anywho, subscribe for more videos, and thank you for the love and support. Always remember, guys, to slay the day, be happy, and be gay. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.